welcome back to the YouTube channel Pro Enzo Vidz, and this is the Ankle Breaker Podcast, episode 73. So, 73 episodes in, and obviously the countdown to the last one for the year is not too far away. Sad, but we should be back next year with a couple of changes though, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, for tonight's show, we've got two special guests actually. White Champa's out tonight, not available, so that's all good. But I've got Haynesy back on the channel for a little while, and I've got Dragon's Fan Guy who was on the podcast just last week. So two special guests I'm proud to have on tonight. Haynesy, I'll start with you first, bro. Thanks for coming on, and how you been?
Yeah, good, mate. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, you're all good.
Yeah, my internet is so bad today. No, thanks for having me on, mate. Yeah, doing okay. I'm still recovering from Friday night's half break, but I'm doing pretty good, mate. 2 more weeks to go. The NRL is flown by. So, but yeah, can't wait for the prelims and the grand final.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, look, I've got to say though, Roosters were gutsy. They were very gutsy. I think that run towards the finals was something that not many people would have thought would happen. And yeah, look, as you say, don't question their heart and determination. Well, during that sort of run to the finals, I wouldn't question it at all. I think they did really well to get to where they were, didn't they?
Yeah, I was devastated for the boys. You can just tell how heartbroken they were. Because they just left it all out there. I'm just beyond proud of how we were able to rescue our season. Yeah, it wasn't our greatest season, but the way that we fought to the end, get, to be only 2 minutes away from a prelim final, can't question the effort. It's been an up and down season, but, I know that we are in a better position than we were this year than we were last year. So,
yeah.
So, yeah, all in all, still enjoyable season for us, but would have loved to hang on there on Friday night and be talking about a prelim final against Penrith, but not to be.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, it happens. But, yeah, I've got to say, though, to be written off like that, to make a semi-final and nearly beat Melbourne, just because of the bell didn't win, no, it's a good effort. It's a really good effort, and should be proud of that. And Dragon's Fan Guy, obviously you're on last week as well. How are you, bro? And thanks for coming on again. You're mute.
Sorry about that. Didn't notice I'd hit the wrong. No, I'm good. I'm very good, boys. Just was disappointed for the Roosters and for the Knights, but yeah, no, it was a good round of footy, and looking forward to next week. So yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, no, good to hear, bro. No, it's good to have you back on. But yeah, obviously, look, as the season does close by, obviously things are going to start going off with rumours and plenty of other stuff to talk about. So, but yeah, obviously after this show tonight, there'll be 2 more episodes left, so not long till I guess the final show of the year. But look, it's been a good ride this year, so we'll try and make the most of it for the last remaining episodes. But yeah, look, I guess we'll start very shortly, but I'll go through who's in the live chat as we speak. So within 4 minutes of the video, the live stream so far, there's 10 people watching so far, so good audience as we speak. As always, the first one commenting, Jason Reader. He says, "Evening, lads, how are we?" Well, Jason, as always, a very consistent viewer of the channel, so good to see you, bro. Josh Rabbitohs 2023, SS Storm fan. Hello, and Will has said that I've already bought my Panthers Grand Final Champions 2023 shirt. Well, you're confident. Wow, you're very confident Panthers will win the comp. I mean, if they don't, it's a shock, but yeah, wow. We'll see what happens, I guess, if they make it. And yeah, no, SS Storm fan, Jason Reader. Yeah, no, good to see a good crowd so far. I think last week was a bit disappointing actually with the attendance. Must have been that sort of day, but so far so good with who's tuned in. But yeah, lads, I guess we'll get into the topics now and podcast. Let's go. All right, on to as always, start off the show. Our review of the round it was, and basically, just give our thoughts of what we thought about week 2 of finals. We'll be talking about semi-finals and just the 2 games, so not really a lot to get through. But both games, just our general thoughts on how they all went, and what did you make about the calls, or what did you make about the game and how it all went in general? Just everything about that. Haynesy, look, you're obviously at the Storm Roosters game on Friday night at Amy Park. Look, I know it was sad to see your boys lose live, but to go there and just watch how the game all unfolded, what did you make of that game and the Warriors Knights game if you saw that?
Yeah, well, the Friday night, it was still a great trip down to Melbourne. I always like going to Melbourne. It was one of those games where, it was a great game of footy, finals footy. The two most dominant teams in the last 10 years going at it was, was great to see. I thought, both teams were missing players. Melbourne got out to a good start. They had a little bit of rub of the green, what you expect with Ashley Klein. But no, look, I was just proud how we hung in there. And, Sandon Smith changes the game with that break. Lindsay scores. We get the 12-all. Then we got our noses in front. We just couldn't hang on. It just took some months of freakish brilliance to win in the game. So, it's heartbreaking to lose that way. And, I was drinking my sorrows in Melbourne on Friday night, that's for sure. But, it was a great, cracking game of footy, It was one of those. That's what you want to see in finals footy. You want to see those close games where it's so tight. I was on the last week. I was, on the receiving end of a tight finish, winning, but we got the opposite this week. But it is what it is. But yeah, cracking game of footy from both teams. I couldn't be more proud of the boys' effort. We had our North Sydney Bears backline playing in the semi-final and to only concede 3 tries, and 2 of them, one of them was late. One was a late try and the other one was off a controversial call, but thought we hung in there well, defended well, But I'm more just proud of the effort. I know it's disappointing for Roosters fans you're watching how it ended, because we're that close of getting there, if we had Suoliti or Tupou available, I think the outcome's a little bit different. I don't think Warbrick outleaps Suoliti or Daniel Tupou, but you play who you got, and I thought Junior Polgar had a great game, despite it wasn't his fault, man. Like, I feel so sorry for that young man. He tried his heart out. Just got outleaped at the end there. But yeah, I thought everyone had a good game. Like Terrell May, he is a proper rugby league footballer, and I cannot wait to see him next year, another year under his belt. He's just becoming an all-out beast. But yeah, look, I thought everyone played well. Sam Walker, again, he's done the clutch man. I know it didn't impact the result. Unfortunately, didn't win us the game, but like, I'm so reliable with Sam Walker when the game's on the line, the game's level. I know this is a stretch, but it's facts right now that Sam Walker hasn't missed a field goal in his career yet. He's nailed 5 and big field goals too. So if it's to save my life, I'm backing Sam Walker from 20 out.
Well, you might with that stat, you might as well. Like, I never knew that.
He has. I'm pretty sure he hasn't missed one. Like, his first field goal was against the Titans in 2020. He did 2 against the Titans in 2021.
I remember that. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There was another one, I think. Did he did one? Yeah, he did one against the Broncos too.
That's right.
2021. Yeah. He kicked 3 in 2021. Don't think he kicked one in 2022, but then this year as well, he's kicked 2 in a row. Obviously it didn't on Friday night. It wasn't the outcome, the result, but like, he's kicked 5 straight and win field goals when it mattered. So it's nice to know that when the game's on the line, we know who to give the ball to slot the 1-pointer. Yeah,
no, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I think Sam Walker has got that confidence now, and I think it's hard to see the Roosters dropping now, you'd think, anyway.
Yeah, well, I'm excited for next year. Spencer Linu and Dom Young coming. Another year under his belt for Sam Walker, Terrell May, Siwa Wong. He's going to get better. Nat Butcher's a smoky for the Australian side. I'd love to see him play for the Kangaroos later in the year. there's some, like we're in a good position. I thought Brandon Smith, the next, the last 6 weeks is what that's what I expected from Brandon Smith. I expected him to slow start in a different culture, different system, all that kind of. Living in Sydney to Melbourne is completely different. He found his groove the last 6 weeks. And another year under Brandon Smith, I reckon he'll start the year well next year. I'm really looking forward to next year. So, but we're in a good position. So hopefully we just keep healthy. We didn't have Connor Watson for the whole year. We didn't have Satili Tupanua was missed chunks of the season. We lost Tupo, Suoli, Manu, and Billy Smith throughout the final series. So we were battered and bruised, but we just kept fighting to the end. So that's the most pleasing part.
Yeah, for sure. Did you see much of the Warriors Knights game? Or
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, it was a good game. You can just tell that was the Warriors game to win. I think Newcastle fans can agree. Yeah, they had their moment last week. Sorry, full house at McDonald Jones Stadium. Just physically, emotionally up for that game. Wasn't pretty, but they did win. But the Warriors, you can just tell that was a long time coming. It was like 15 years since they last played a home final in New Zealand. Yeah. Sold out in 40 minutes. You can just tell from Newcastle in their first set of 6 when they dropped the ball, it was like, the crowd's getting to them. The Warriors just lifted in this game. They needed to. They had a poor result in week 1 of the finals. They didn't want to let their fans down. They just played the perfect 50. I think the first 20 minutes, that was the best the Warriors have played all season, and that was probably the worst that the Newcastle Knights have played. So,
yeah.
Look, the Warriors are through. Warriors are through to take on the Broncos. I give them a genuine chance to win on Saturday night at Suncorp. I'll probably attend that game too. So
nice.
You can go to Penrith Storm. I'll do Broncos Warriors as I'm up here. But look, it's going to be Warriors way too good. Newcastle just ran out of puff, you might say. But look, Warriors, they deserve that win. They deserve to send. That was their last game in New Zealand. They send off their home fans with belief and confidence that they can go all the way. So it's just a matter of time. But Sean Johnson, massive influence for that Warriors team. If anyone's going to beat the Broncos, it's off the back of Sean Johnson. So I'll give him a genuine chance. But good win for them. For the Warriors, they move on. Newcastle, disappointing end to their season. I thought they could have played better, but I think you'd be proud as a Newcastle fan winning 9-10 straight to get there. They won a finals game. So, but I think the only concern I could say about the Knights is that they can't afford to, start slow and lose all momentum last year, from this year. So if they've won 10 straight, they expected to make the top 8 next year. So a little bit of pressure on Newcastle to just back up for what they did last year.
100%. 100%. I agree. I think that's all it takes the Knights to be consistent as what they have been the last few weeks. Dragons fan guy, what's your thoughts on both games of semi-finals, bro? I'm assuming you saw both of them, and what'd you rate it? What'd you rate of them, and what'd you think of them?
I really enjoyed the Roosters Storm game and the Warriors one. Disappointed for the Roosters, to get to where they did. Because part of the season I would have never thought they'd play finals, and to get to that stage and be that close, they put in a great effort. And I thought the Warriors were just amazing. And with Sean Johnson there, I would give them a genuine chance over the Broncos. Yeah. My favourite game was the Warriors one, but I give a special mention to Toro May as well. I thought he was my player of the round.
Yep. No, he played well. He played really well. I think you gave your player of the week away though, because we're going to talk about that next topic. So no, that's all right. It's all good. It's all good. But in your opinion, what was the best game out of the two? In your opinion, between the Storm Roosters game and Knights Warriors game, what was the best one in your opinion?
Who you took, me or Haynesy?
You. What's your?
Warriors, Knights.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, Warriors dominant. It's way too good. I think back in New Zealand, you'd expect that for sure.
Our game was the best of the round for 78 minutes.
Yeah,
I don't want to watch that last 2 minutes ever again.
No, look, Warriors are too dominant. Look, for me, I'll just say this. I'll just say that it was a decent week, I guess, with the two games. Obviously, Roosters and Storm was no doubt the best game in my opinion because of how close and tight it went down to. Just that last Will Warbrick try would have been something that no one expected till like right at the end.
I just had that feeling. I was like, when I was sitting there, I'm like, every time we dropped the ball, I was like, it's not over yet. Melbourne have a fucking try in them. I just had that gut feeling. It's like Melbourne have a try in them, and then I hate being proven right sometimes.
Oh no. The gut feeling.
It's a bloke shirt, Matty, mate. It's a bloke shirt. Couldn't find my white Roosters logo one. But no. All in all, still a good weekend in Melbourne. Funny story, Lorenzo. I was walking with all the boys from Sydney. We were walking back to the hotel, and you could hear Carlton. You can hear the MCG just erupt when Carlton.
Oh no way!
Goal. I could have heard it. I was like, "Well, something's happened," because I don't know if people have been to Melbourne or Amy Park, or just Melbourne in general. So you got like Amy Park is basically opposite the MCG. So as you're walking out, you're heading over the bridge to head towards the city. You can see the MCG like right there, and you just hear the noise of the place. I couldn't forget it.
Oh yeah, it'd be incredible. I bet the atmosphere there would have been fantastic, especially being inside there. Like, oh yeah, imagine that.
Yeah, it was weird though. Amy Park though, so 20,000, which I expected. They weren't going to sell that out because of the AFL next door, but they were pretty casual until Warbrick scored, I must say. But like I thought we made a lot. I don't know if you guys watched it and you can hear us, but we did make a lot of noise. A lot of Roosters fans made the trip down.
I heard. No, I heard.
Yeah. I convinced our drummer to bring the drum down, and he did. So, but no, look, honestly, the noise of what Melbourne Storms made when they scored the match-winning try, it was pretty loud. It was up there with like Origin and all that, atmosphere-wise, in that last 2 minutes. So, but no.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, look, I guess we move on to prelims now. So we'll see who gets into the grand final from that week on now. But all right, well, I just missed a comment here actually by SS Storm fan, and I should go back to it. So he says he's been a member for 5 months. Oh wow! Oh, how good! No, that's awesome. That's awesome. 5 months being a Pro Enzo Vidz member. Yeah, look, sorry to everyone that's been a member of the channel. I've not done a lot for the membership recently. I guess I haven't been as bothered to do a lot for that membership sort of part of the channel. Definitely will promote a bit more next year, but I do apologise that hasn't been a whole lot happening with it this year. So
also
getting me a member still.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. 5 months. That's huge. Thank you.
Also, quick plug. I've just started my own membership, so if you want to join, I'm actually now allowed to make revenue on it. So anyone want to be a Haynesy member?
Oh, sweet. Yeah, fuck.
Be all free. I'm just in the process of setting it up. So might do some content there. I don't know what to do in the membership. So Lorenzo might help me out there.
Yeah, well, it's tough because I've only made 3 videos. One was the introduction to the membership of this channel. And then after that, I think I recorded a video of just me at the beach or something. I don't know what I did. It's like like I see membership videos as like your life away from YouTube sometimes. I don't know. I'll fix it next year, but we'll see how it all goes. It's good. That's good. It's good you started up one though. It's really good.
Yeah, well, it's taken me 4 years to finally, make some coin off YouTube, which is great to see. But so onwards and upwards, I guess.
That's it. All right. Well, Dragons fan guy already revealed he's player of the week before, so we won't go to him just yet. But Haynesy, who was your best player of semi-finals week 2?
There's some honourable mentions there. Yeah, it's a tough one. I know I'm going to sound hypocritical here, but I honestly don't think Munson was best on in that game against. I know he came up with a clutch play, but I don't think he was. He was a bit quiet until then. So I'm going to lean towards the Warriors Knights game.
Yep.
It's either out of Nickel Klotstadt or Sean Johnson. I think you're going to go with Sean Johnson, so I'm going to go with Charles Nickel Klotstadt. You know, he was pretty good out the back there for the Warriors. You know, so I'll go Charles in as best on play of the week for me.
Yeah, fair call. Yeah, he was fantastic, wasn't he? Funnily enough, I'll go with Warriors player myself. I'll go with Adam from the Blake as my player of the week. I think him at front row has been so good. Like honestly, all year he's played fantastic. It's like the best I've seen.
That's not your Manly bias coming out, is it?
Oh well. To tell you the truth, when he left us, I did not like him at all. But I've sort of eased off on him now, and I really am, proud of him well.
He's doing well.
The way he left, I guess, was a bit controversial at the time.
You'll be still kicking yourself that you let him go too.
Oh yeah, no, it's a big mistake. It's a hard hole to fill, and it's still proven today. But no, look, he played well against Knights, and he's got great footwork for a front rower. His first try was the best one I would have seen in a while from him. And this is his best footy since 2019, I'd say. So no, it's good to see from Blake in good form. He's a top front rower for a reason. So no, look, he for me is my player of the week right there. In the comments, a few people are saying Sean Johnson. Some people are saying C&K.
To answer Will's question, it was 299. Just give him 300.
Oh, was it 299?
It was 299. I looked at it today. I was like, just give him the extra 1 meter. Fair income.
Yeah, walking counts. One step and walking counts. Just added.
That counts as a meter. Walking off the field's a meter.
Yeah, it all adds up. It all adds up.
If I can also mention, I put Tyrell May, but I'd also want to put Wade Egan on my list as well. And
good one.
Number 2.
That's a good one, actually.
Tyrell was outstanding for us. Like, I'm actually so excited next year. We start the game with Jared and Lindsay. We bring on Terrell May and Spencer Linu. Holy hell. 2 impact players off the bench. I'm already excited for next year already, what the lineup's going to look like.
Yeah, I mean, if he's a fit, I'd be scared of you. I won't lie if you're fit. So, yeah.
You've got to start well, and injuries don't cost us.
A lot of impact there, heaps. All right. We will move on to the topics now. The last 5 topics of the show. So, look, obviously, plenty did happen, as I said at the start. A few topics have happened, and a few things off the field have happened too. So, the big one is that, again, there seems to be some, abuse over online between both Willie Mason, who runs his own podcast as well, and Tyson Gamble, who's a 5'8" for the Newcastle Knights. And Willie Mason and Tyson Gamble have been taking shots at each other. If you haven't heard about this, then I don't know where your head's been at, because this has been going on for not long time, but for the past few weeks now, this whole back and forth between them two, etc. So, it's really, interesting, and I guess not good to see Tyson Gamble be kicked down like this. I reckon Gamble, even though he's a bit of a pest and people don't like him, I can see why. I think Willie Mason, obviously is a bit bigger and obviously has a bit more of an audience, so he's got to watch what he does, I feel like, on a podcast like that. But I want to hear both your thoughts on it first before I get into my full thoughts. Dragons fan guy, what's your thoughts on this whole Tyson Gamble, Willie Mason sledging over online?
I think it's gone a bit too far now. I think it started off as a little bit of banter in the beginning, but I think it's gone too far, and Mason needs to stop, or Gamble should take some type of action, because it's not nice now. But also, I hate Mason, so I don't really like talking about him. I don't like talking about him.
Yeah, look. I think
he's the one. if I can say, he's the one player that refused to sign my jersey and take a photo of me out of some NRL day. Yeah, he was the only one. So he said, I don't like him, but yeah, I just think there's no need for it really now, and he just needs to shut up.
Oh, I mean, first of all, that's a pretty slack thing of Mason to do, that not to sign your jersey or whatever it was. Yeah, that's really slack. But yeah, look, I think Mason needs to be careful what he says. I think Gamble obviously wasn't great on Saturday, but I think Mason needs to tune down what he says now. Just quickly in the live chat, two things I've got to get through here. Just want to say hello to Haynesy XCL. He says, up the Wars. Yeah, well, hopefully the Warriors go all the way, even being honest. Big test against the Broncos. So good luck in that one on Saturday. Huge game for the Wars. And a $5 donation by SS Storm fan. Wow. He just wrote episode 100 next year, boys. Yeah, it is. Episode 100 is next year. So, and yeah, the $5 donation too. So, as a Storm fan, thanks for that, bro. I really appreciate the donation, and yeah, you've been a good supporter of the podcast throughout the year. I've noticed that, so thank you very much. Thank you. But yeah, back to the topic. Look. Obviously, Mason needs to watch what he says. I guess he has an opinion, and he's allowed to say it and be entitled to it. But you got to remember, mental health is a big thing today. So whatever you say on a public forum like his podcast, and then reaches out to people. Yeah, it's not good for what he said. But Haynesy, I'm sure you would have read into this quite a bit and seen what's been happening. Bro, whose side you're on? Like, whose side are you on? And what's your whole thoughts on this?
I'm definitely on Tyson Gamble's side.
Yeah.
Look, at the end of the day, Willie Mason, he has a opinion, and he's well and truly entitled to his opinion. But, well, you know, what he said, firstly, wasn't that bad. Like the saying that like their spine without Ponga, and I think it's true. You know that they rely so much on Ponga a little bit. I mean, don't get me wrong, Tyson Campbell's had a great season, you know, but you know, and obviously he's going to be one of those guys that he's going to speak up about something that's said to him, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But for Willie Mason to come out and say, like, to pick your battles when you've started this, bro. And don't get me wrong, I love Willie Mason. I love Big Willie, you know, but it just doesn't make sense to go out and just blast him after how shit he must be feeling. You know, he didn't have the best game. His season's over. To get knocked out in the semi-final, to him just be blasted by this guy that's just been, you know, just giving him shit the last 2 weeks. You know, like, I think it was a bit low, if I'm honest. Like, you know, oh, where has anyone got the quote somewhere? What is it exactly what he said?
Yeah.
Something like "pick your battles" or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Here
it is. He goes, there could be not a bigger hole that Tyson Gamble wants to crawl into right now. Pick your battles, boy. You were below average.
Yeah.
When you basically started this damn shit. And don't get me wrong, he's been sacked on Channel 9 before, you know, and all this kind of stuff. Like, and he goes on this podcast, you know, and I do enjoy the Levels podcast, you know. I don't have an issue with Willie at all, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, look, I thought the timing was wrong, man. Like, I know Tyson Gamble would be hurting. He must be feeling like shit. He didn't play the best game, but, you know, here's Willie Mason coming in. And mind you, he's the assistant coach of the Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs had one of their worst seasons in the date. You know,
True.
So,
hey boys, I'll be back in a sec. I've just got to go and turn my oven off. I don't want to burn my pizza. I'll be back in just a sec.
All right. Yep. All good. All good. Yeah. As you were saying, Haynesy.
Yeah. You know, like it's look. Yeah. Like, and don't get me wrong. Like, Tyson Gamble's a grub. Not a grub, but he's a pest. You know, and you love to have these pests in these games, right?
You do.
But look, I think it was all warranted. Yeah, look, the original thing that Willie Mason said, there was nothing wrong with that. Obviously Tyson Gamble's going to respond, but to say that, pick your battles, crawl into a bigger hole, you're below average. And you have an opinion, yeah, he didn't play the best, but pretty low from Willie Mason if I'm honest.
No, yeah, it is. I think, as I said before, Mason's obviously a big character now, and a lot of people do respect what he does. And I guess
but sometimes he talks absolutely fucking garbage.
Yeah, he does. He over talks a bit, I think. Yeah, for sure. Look, I do feel for Gamble a little bit, but it's based his opinion. But could have been dealt with in a better way, I think. Dragons fan guy, what's your thoughts on this whole? Hang on, I already got your thoughts, but sorry, bro. Sorry. But look. Obviously, Mason is, obviously he runs that podcast. And I've seen it before a few times. He's done a good job, and he does often, speaks some good things, but says some rubbish at the same time. That's the type of person Mason is when it comes to describing things or just talking off the cusp of footy. I think him, Gamble, I don't think he'd take those comments from Mason very well after the loss on Saturday, losing 40-10 especially. So hopefully Gamble's okay. Hopefully Gamble's all right. Look, like Haynesy said, it's a bit of a pest, not a grub, a bit of a pest, but, the game would be dead without those sort of characters today, I think. We need Luais, we need Gamble, we need those sort of people. So, while Gamble can be annoying, Mason needs to tune down a little bit on what he said, I feel like, but,
Difference is with Gamble and Luai. Luai is just an arrogant thing. But he backs it up, though. That's the problem. And we like these characters in the game, though. So, but
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. All right. On to topic number 2 now. And I know this happened last Tuesday. So nearly a week since this happened. But might as well just discuss it anyway, as these are recent signings from the Panthers this time. And you don't often see the Panthers sign outside the club, really. You see them just breed within the club. But they've signed both Paul Alamotti from the Bulldogs, who's a young rookie centre from there, and they've signed Brad Schneider, who was at the Raiders for a little bit, and then he went to the Hull KR in the Super League for a few months, and then he's come back to the NRL again just to be depth. And I think he's basically going to be the new Jack Cogger and Sean O'Sullivan, Brad Schneider for the Panthers, that backup half that were coming for Luai or Cleary during Origin or injury or suspension, whatever it is. So, that's some good depth signings there. Alan Bonney might start, but we'll see what happens. But Dragons fan guy, your quick thoughts on these 2 signings from the Panthers. Do you rate them or do you have a different opinion?
I'm not a huge fan on the Brad Schneider one, personally, but I think the Alamotti one could be one of the better signings they've made. We don't know if he starts under Ivan Cleary and have a Nathan there, and that team, I think he would thrive under better quality players and more consistent players than at the Bulldogs. And I feel bad for him having to leave the Bulldogs because I know he loves that club, but I think he'll go well there. And I definitely think he should get a chance in the centres for a few games. I'd rather him than what's the other May? How many May? What's it starts with T?
Taylor May.
Taylor May.
So how many? They're all the 3 of them start with T. So
true. Yeah.
I'd rather Alamotti than him in the centres. Snyder's not too bad. He'll do a job. He'll do a job.
Yeah, no, he will. Look. Schneider's purely depth. I think we know that one for sure. He's purely there for depth. Won't ever start over Law or Cleary. Maybe he'll get a Jersey 14 spot, but I doubt that. It's not going to Luke there.
Yeah, Pro-Enzo. The other signing that people have forgotten the Panthers made was Riley Price as well.
Yeah, true.
Ooh, yeah, right.
Yeah, no, I think Riley Price is. I think he's sign and development deal, I think, though. I don't know if it's actually a top 30 deal.
I think it's development with the option of top 30, but I thought I'd mention that because I like that as a signing, though, as well. I thought I'd mention that.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, actually. He's played a few games with the Cowboys and he's shown potential, so I can only imagine with more game time at Penrith, he'd get better and better. So, yeah, no, it's good for depth, I suppose. Haynesy, what's your thoughts on these signings to the Panthers? Do you see them as just depth, or like do you reckon they'll ever start regularly?
I think it's depth signings, and it's good, you know, and this will be great for both Paul Alamotti and Brad Shiner as well. I said that wrong, I know, but it's been a long day. I like it because it's going to work for both parties. You're going to be, you know, a depth player that go in and do a job. But imagine the confidence of these two going into a Penrith system that are thriving right now, and they get the best out of their players. Like, you look at Tyrone Peachey, he was at the Tigers last year, or he was at the Titans and the Tigers. You know, wasn't his best in those two clubs, and he's come back to Penrith, and every time he's played for Panthers, he's just been incredible. Yeah. It'll be the same again with Dane Laurie when he comes. You know, they're going to be so better at this Penrith system, you know, and it's going to make their game better and their confidence going into a system, you know, where that's thriving, that's successful right now. So I think it's great, you know, for both sets, you know, and then, you know, they've got options there if a player goes down, or Origin, you know, obviously they've got to replace Stephen Crichton, you know, so Alamonti's a good selection there with Tyrone Peachey and Taylor Mann. So they've got some options there. Yeah, so and they've got depth in the half as well. As they got Brad there, and they've also got what was his I forgot. Cogger, that's it, Jack Cogger. Jack Cogger there in the halves. Dane Laurie's played fullback. He's played in the halves of the Tigers. And I thought Dane Laurie's back into the season for the Tigers has been pretty good. So I think good options there for the Panthers. But you know what they're like. Whoever's in that jersey will do a job. So I think it's going to work well for both sets of both parties there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think it will. Sorry, there's a fucking large cockroach in my room somewhere. Trying to get rid of that. Yeah, no, look, I agree. I think Alamotti is still so young too. I think people forget he's so young, and you know, obviously he hasn't had the best, I guess, first year in the NRL with the Bulldogs, but it's not purely his fault. It's just, I guess, confidence and if he's ready for the pace of the game. But at Penrith and the way they train, and they actually do work hard, if you know how they do train, he'll benefit Alamotti for sure. And so he's a big body, he's a big centre, and obviously not quick or anything, but he's strong. And he's got a really good build for a centre and outside back. So I think Penrith make him a beast. If I'm being honest, he might start the year in the centres, but I've got a feeling they might just start with Taylor May on one wing and move Taruva into the centres potentially, and have Totter on the other wing and two. But honestly, I hope they do see the potential in Alamotti, make him a starter. I feel like they will over time, but maybe not straight away. But yeah, no, I like the Alamotti signing. And as for Brad Schneider, well, look, not much to add other than he'll be depth. And I think Dane Laurie and him as halves depth for Penrith is good. That's a good depth, halves pairing there. So, no, look, it's not the biggest signings, but smart recruitment by Penrith. So, again, they're just doing smart business, and they're too good at what they do. You've got to respect that, I suppose. So, we'll see how they go. We'll see how they go. All right, on to the third topic now, and I wish I can get the team up, but because it's so hard to get like the team up on the board, and I've had issues before with trying to get things up in the live stream. I think I'll fix it next year or soon, but yeah, look, I guess I'm assuming we've seen the Australian Prime Minister's side that's taken on PNG. We've literally just had quick thoughts on what we've seen, and the players that have been put in there. Like, is there any surprises or any players are shocked that got left out? Captaincy, who's the captain? Shocked about that decision. What do we make of the side here? Haynesy, I'll start with you first. Look, obviously today your man Nat Butcher got added to the team. So what do you make of the whole Australian Prime Minister's team?
Yeah, Butchers deserved this. You know, I remember him playing in the 20s for us. He was captain of our 20s side that won in 2016 when we come back from like 28-6 against Penrith in that grand final in 2016. He's been phenomenal the last few years for the Roosters. He's such a good player, Nat Butcher. I did say a couple weeks ago he'll be a smoky to play for the Kangaroos this year, but he's added to the PM's 11. I keep thinking PM's 13. Sorry. Yeah, it's great to see him there. But in terms of the squad itself, they do this. They pick the team basically who's teams that didn't make finals. So, but it's a good experience for these young lads. Who would like, you look at like for you Dragons fan guy, you got Tyrell Sloan, you got Zach Lomax being added to this PM's 13. It's an experience. They go over the PNG, they play PNG, and they embrace their culture. They embrace what international footy is all about. So I like this. They've got these players. It's good. It's going to be good. Like, to be honest, though, whatever team that Australia bring against PNG, let's be fair, they are going to win and win well. But
yeah, definitely.
I like it. I like it a lot. It gives these. Obviously, you don't want to play a full strength side against the PNG side ahead of the tournament coming up. Yeah. So you just bring these young players coming through. I'll get the squad up here.
Oh, thank you.
So yeah, so you got I'm a bit surprised that DC isn't captain though, Parenzo. Yeah. So they basically picked a team that's not playing finals. Obviously, you got Fox, Cherry Evans, Ruben Cotter, Tom Dearden, Tino, Emmy Goulart from the Raiders, Benny Hunt, Nico Hines. It'd be good for Nico Hines too. Yeah. Carlton Pereira's deserved that. He's had a great year for the Titans. Zach Lomax, Cameron McInnes, Michael Molo as well. Cameron Murray, captain. I like that. Reece Robson, Tyrell Sloan, Hammer, Mara Talangi, Jake Travojevic, Cody Walker, and Hudson Young. So yeah, they basically named the team that's that out of finals. Obviously, I think they've added Ponga and Nat Butcher to this list, so it's good to see. So, but yeah, it's a good experience for these young lads and fringe of making their debut for the Kangaroos, and it's good that they get experience, and also it gives some options for Mal Meninga coming into the Pacific tournament coming up. So yeah, look, good decisions. It doesn't really too much on who they play in that game. It's just a good opportunity for these young up and coming players, to get a taste of rep footy. So it's good to see.
No, definitely. No, for sure. A few surprises, obviously, but I'm pretty happy with some young guys like Carlton Pereira being there. Butcher, good for him, I reckon. And same with, Michael Moore as a surprise for me, but he's proven at the Dragons he is pretty consistent. So, deserves his spot, I reckon, and his chance. Obviously, Dragons fan guy would have seen a lot of Michael Moore this year and the past few years. But bro, what's your thoughts on the whole Australian Prime Minister's team? Do you like it or don't you like it?
I think it's a good team, and I was surprised with Michael going into the team. I wouldn't have personally picked him. I love him to bits, but I'm really happy for him. I like the squad. I like Robson there. I like the whole squad, and it just should be a good game, especially being in PNG. It's always good to see a game being played over there and see all the culture and all the kids running after the players. And, I always look forward to it. Regardless of the squad, it should be always a good game. But I don't know if Ponga's playing. Isn't he injured? I thought he was injured, though. I thought he had some type of injury or something.
Yeah, I saw so too, but yeah, he's been named, I'm guessing, so.
Yeah, he's in. Yeah, he's in, so. Oh, well, look, I think I agree with what you both said. I'll start with Michael Molo. I think his selection is a surprise still, and I do agree. I would have had someone else over him, but I've watched him closely, and I think he's consistent enough to, I guess, get a little look in. So, good on him. I hope he goes well. But the whole team is, pretty much, the whole team is good. It's good. I think it should beat PNG. And look, PNG have talent, and I understand that, but Australia have, I guess, talent that overcomes theirs, if I'm being honest. So it should be
But
easily.
Pro Enzo, but a shout out to the PNG side picking my favourite cup player, Trey Stewart at fullback for PNG.
Yeah.
He's one of my best mates, and I'm really happy to see him playing in it. Thought I'd give a shout out to him, and I hope that we'll see more of him, because I don't know if you've probably seen him play, but I think he's one of the better juniors we've currently got, and I would pick him over Sloan any day of the week.
Oh wow! So he's that good, you reckon?
Yeah.
Is Adrian Lamb still the coach of PNG?
I don't know.
I don't think so, actually. I'm not too sure. I don't think he is, because he's coaching Lee Lefford's, but he left him. So
yeah, no, but I haven't seen the PNG team. I think is Lockie Lamb going to be there as well?
Hang on, it's Justin Holbrook. I remember he became a PNG coach. Holbrook.
Oh, Holbrook. Okay,
That's right. That's right. Okay. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. No, he'll do well there. But look, I guess Australia 13 plus, right? We all agree on that one.
Yeah, Australia normally go in there. It's not just about the game itself. The game of footy, it's just to see, they'll embrace that culture. PNG, they love their footy, and they'll welcome Australia back with open arms. I can't wait for what's going to be a good game.
Absolutely. All right, on to topic number 4 now, and this is a bit funny. This one's funny because people saying that Nathan Cleary was, he's out for the year. He's out of his game with his finger injury. He's been sent to hospital. It's going to rule him out for the Melbourne game on Friday. Next minute, people are saying that, he's all good. Coast clear, he'll play. I don't know what to think. Because, we've seen mind games before, and this could be a mind game after all, for all we know. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't think a finger injury can necessarily stop you from playing a footy game. Depends what finger it is, I don't know. It depends, because I don't reckon this injury was as serious as what people made it out to be. I think it's more of a minor thing. So,
it's a bit of both, mate. I honestly think he does have a finger injury, but it's nothing to be alarmed about. I think it's just a bit of media bullshit, if I'm totally honest. Yeah, they probably read they've got to find a report, don't they, these journalists? They've got to find something to report.
That's right.
Obviously there would have been an injury there from Nathan Cleary. It's they've just gone to the hospital to see what's wrong with it. Like, go to get scans. He was never not going to play. It's just a bit of both. There is an injury there, but he was never not going to play. It's just mind games from the media, to be honest. So that's what they do best.
Yeah,
I wouldn't read much into it. He's going to play. He's going to play, and he's probably going to kill it, if I'm totally honest.
Yeah, probably.
If it's like I don't know, if it's his middle finger, he's just going to tape it, strap it.
That's it.
No harm done. It's not even something to write about. That's just because Fox League have nothing else to write about, so they just do it anyway. But he's fine. Penrith fans, don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, look, I think it's been made out to be something serious.
They did this in Origin. They did this in Origin when he had an infected tooth. They're saying he's not going to play.
That's true.
It's just typical media bullshit.
It's just a big stir up, I reckon. It's a big stir up.
100%. He's going to play. Like, if he's not going to play with a sore finger, Jesus.
No.
Latrell played with like a finger that it's that bad. He's apparently going to cut it off or something and amputate part of it.
That one.
He's not going to be ruled out. What kind of rubbish is that?
It's just bullshit. There's a lot of it. The media do spread a lot of BS. So I guess it's part of the game, unfortunately, but it's toxic because I hate the fake news that spread out around the media. But Dragons fan guy, what do you make about this whole thing? What's your whole thoughts on it?
I don't really know what to say. It's just bullshit again, but I mean, it's probably just Buzz Rodfield. If it's Fox Sports, it's probably Buzz, and he's probably bored, and yeah, he'll find something to sensibly report on. I don't know. I mean, lots of players have probably had a finger injury and played over the years. I've never heard of a player being ruled out because of finger injury. They can tape it. Unless it was fully broken and detached, he'll play. So,
no, exactly.
So it's just bullshit.
No, 100%. Finger injuries don't stop you from playing a big game, so Cleary would not miss it for the world. And funnily enough, Matthew Barnes in the live chat has said Buzz reported it too. So there you go. That's all you need to know. Buzz Rothfield reported it. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. So, whatever Buzz reports, it's 99%.
We'd love to see Buzz play though with a finger injury. Be great.
Oh yeah. Bloody Buzz, yeah, seriously. So typical. All right. Now on to a very, I guess, touchy subject, the last topic now for the fifth and final one. Now, a few people are saying that, they're not agreeing where this venue's been played at for the Panthers Storm game. Some people want it to be somewhere other than a core because they don't reckon a core would hold a good capacity between these two sides on a big preliminary final match. Because Melbourne fans don't travel, as they say, and Penrith fans won't be all out there at a core. So obviously it's far distance for both sides. They're going to travel out there for the fans, but people are complaining about where it's been held. But doesn't matter though. Haynesy, what's your thoughts on this one? Should this game be played away from a core or a bit more close, like a CommBank or Allianz?
Nah, a core's fine. I don't think Para would mind. I don't think Para would not like the idea of them at CommBank. Look, they didn't have an issue with it last year. They played Souths, which was an advantage to Souths, and they still won the game. They had 50,000 there. Like if they move it to Allianz, I mean, as a Roosters fan, I don't have an issue with them playing there. I don't. It's only Souths I've got the issue with them playing there, but I don't have any other team who want to play there. That's fine by me. But like, that's more stupid than moving it to Allianz than it is at a core because I don't know if people live in Penrith and know where Penrith is compared to Allianz. It's like an hour from Penrith.
No, exactly. Yeah, that's another thing too.
What? It's halfway. A core stadium's halfway from the city to Penrith. It makes sense. Like, they can't have it at Penrith because it holds 20,000. You have 20,000 at prelim, seriously. But like, no, it should not be at Allianz because of that reason. Could that disadvantage the Penrith fans because it's an hour drive from Penrith.
Yeah, exactly.
And they can't have it at CommBank because it's Para's home ground. They won't play it there. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think I don't get why they have this all of a sudden because the Broncos are playing at Suncorp. Broncos have every right to play at Suncorp. It's their home ground. They sell it out every week. Like, I remember back in the day where the Broncos had to play every team played their prelim finals in Sydney, but
that's right.
It makes sense. I don't know where this is coming from. I understand. Well, if you have a problem with moving to neutral venues, fix your ground.
Yep.
Do that renovations that apparently Penrith are getting. Make it a 30-seat stadium where you have grandstands on all sides of the ground, so you can have these grounds. But the big games you play to the core stadium. It makes sense. It's not too far. It's not even that far to travel. I know Parramatta's closer, but that's where Para play. Para won't allow it. And Allianz is just too far for Penrith fans. So I still think they'll get over 30,000 there, because it's a prelim final. There'll be a lot of Storm fans who live in Sydney, and there'll be a few that'll travel, but look, I think this is just stupid. Even if
definitely.
You'll get more to the core stadium than you will at Penrith and CommBank. I think they might No. Yeah, no. It should be. I think it makes sense being in the core stadium. You know, I don't think they would have this issue if they're playing the Roosters this week, because we'll travel to Homebush. But like, if they do move the CommBank, it makes sense. But like, Para won't allow it, so I think a core stadium is the way to go. I just think Allianz is too far for Penrith fans.
No, look, fair enough. I agree. I agree. I think there's no issue with it for me. I'll be there on Friday too, so I'll let you know how the crowd looks there. It should be like 30,000, as you said. Should be a good crowd, I hope, anyway. So
even if it has 30,000 there, it looks better than having 10,000 there at a core stadium. I know it's not like 50% full, but like it'll still look good on TV, seeing the upper deck sold. You know, you barely won't even see the top deck. So no, I don't have an issue with it having it at a core. They've played how many prelims have they played at a core?
Not too many.
They played South twice at a core stadium, so they didn't have an issue before. All of a sudden, they've got to play Melbourne, and they're saying that they're worried they're not going to get. So I think it's stupid as well.
No, 100%, bro. No, 100%, honestly.
If the Sharks, just say for example, like the Sharks are playing a prelim, they would move it to Allianz, and I wouldn't have an issue with it at all. All the Dragons, all the Tigers, or Manly, it's just South. So I've got the issue of want to play at Allianz because you know, especially the finals, you know, it's not going to happen. We won't allow it. You know, so but yeah, look, I think it'll be it just makes sense being at Homebush.
Yeah, no, it's the right venue. Dragons fan guy, your thoughts on this one?
It's just kind of rubbish. If you got a problem with it, just watch it on TV. It's simple as that. If you don't want to travel there or you're not happy about it being at that ground, just watch it on TV. It doesn't bother me. Like, as long as people go to the game and they enjoy it, that's really all that matters. I don't go to the footy to look at the stadium. I go for the game. So to me, it's just rubbish, really. Don't really give a stuff.
And I don't really have an issue with Homebush either. I haven't had a bad experience at a core stadium. Like, I have been to, you know, with you, Lorenzo, at the start of the year, we went to Homebush for the Storm Rabbitohs game. It's not a bad seat in the house. I don't get the fact that, you know, you're too far away. I think it's fine. I don't have an issue with at a core stadium, being the grand finals there, being at Origins. That Roosters South game in round 27, that was awesome. Had 40,000 there. You know, I don't get what the agenda is having it at a core stadium. You know, a bad thing. I get it though that when it's empty, it's shit. But like, these games have to be played at these big stadiums so they can get every fan has the opportunity of going. If they don't go, fair enough. But like, it gives every chance of fans to go to these games.
Yeah, no, exactly.
But we got to get out of this head that suburban grounds are suitable for finals. No, it's not. No. I was at Shark Park 2 weeks ago, and I'm sorry if there's Shark fans in the chat. It's a construction site. It's shit.
Yeah, it is.
You know, and you were at Penrith 2 weeks ago as well for that game. You know, it was sold out. You know, I mean, Penrith you can get away with the whole 20,000, but like, I don't know why it's just the agenda. Why we all of a sudden now want to play at suburban grounds. You want it at the big stadiums. You want to sell the product. You want to see a ground, you know, at the big stadium that's half full. You know, it's just the crowd number you see. It's like 30,000, 40,000. You know, you think, oh, that's not too bad, but like, no, it shouldn't be at the suburban grounds.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Look, the bigger the better, I reckon. I know it's look. Obviously, I was at the Panthers Warriors game, and that was good to be there. But I don't think that atmosphere suits suburban grounds. I think bigger games like that deserve bigger stadiums. I feel like.
Well, if you're in Penrith shoes right now, if you're a Manly fan, you're playing Melbourne in a prelim. Would you rather play it at Brookvale or would you take it at Allianz?
Well, look, a bit biased here. I'd say Brookie because our home advantage, but. Because it's a prelim and because it's a big event, I'd take it to Allianz.
You know, you get a good credit Allianz, you know, and you have a guarantee of getting a ticket. So
yeah, true. Well, our fans travel. They do. So,
yeah, of course. You expect that. You expect that in finals. The bandwagons come out with every team. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
We were lost in the wilderness for like 30 seconds, Bronzo. Jesus.
Your audio's off, lad.
Now we're going here.
Do sign language, mate. We can understand you.
Jesus, Lorenzo, mate. You're falling up. You're cracking under pressure, brother. No, he's gone. He's gone as well. Oh, geez. He sent me.
Was that it? I think that was all the questions. So.
No, there's one more he sent me today. No, that was all five. That was all five topics. So we'll wait to see what he gets back.
Is that better now?
Yeah. Good on you, mate.
Yeah. I think, as I said before, I think a fucking call came through, so that's why I stuffed my phone up and the stream towards the end there.
Got to fix a laptop, bro. Got to get a laptop, mate.
Anyway, luckily it happened towards the end of the show, not at the start. But well, anyway, well, what can you do? But I think it does conclude the show for tonight. We got through all five topics fairly well and we discussed everything we did. So, no, look, good show. I enjoyed this one. Went over just over an hour, but it was good. Definitely a show that was, enjoyable. And I'm proud to say that about what I shared tonight, I think both the special guests and Haynesy and Dragons fan guys stood up. So, I just want to thank you both for coming on tonight, and we'll get you on again soon.
So I just want to make an announcement to thank ProEnzo for having me on this year, that this will be my final episode, as the next 2 Mondays I will be doing my performances and recording. But I'd like to thank everybody for watching the podcast this year and all the other guests, and for Haynesy for joining us tonight as well. It's been an honour to be on for, I don't think, 4 or 5 times, but just want to thank Lorenzo and everybody subscribe to him and Haynesy down below. I'm sure ProEnzo will put it down below as well. But yeah, it's been an honour to be on for season 2023, and I'm looking forward for season 2024.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely, bro. I've appreciated your time on the podcast this year. It's been good to get you on the channel a bit more, to do more podcasts, and hopefully next year a bit more other content too, like maybe a Dragons Melee preview, for example. You never know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, thanks for that. It's been a good year for yourself on the channel, so I do appreciate that a lot. Really do. And Haynesy, good to have you back on the channel, bro. It's been a few weeks or months now. It's been a little while actually since you made your last appearance on the podcast, but you're more welcome to always join. And yeah, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, mate. Always a pleasure coming on. It's always great. Thanks for having me on. I might see you grand final day if you're heading out.
Yeah, I'll be there. Yep.
I'll see you there for sure. But, I'll see you guys there. But yeah, thanks for having me on. Thanks for watching, guys. And make sure you guys subscribe to Haynesy.
That's it. Well, both YouTube channels, including my one. Yeah, go subscribe to them all. Seriously, I think we all deserve a lot of love and respect here. So please be sure to especially subscribe to Haynesy and Dragons Fan Guy. Their channels are linked in the description down below. But again, thank you for watching, and have a good night. Enjoy your
thanks, boys.
Cheers. Thank you.